Alright. Hello everyone, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all well. I am, I'm okay. I've been dealing with a little mini migraine today. So, excuse me if I'm a little slow or irritable or whatever. I'm drinking some coffee now to try to perk me up a little. Been a little bit of a long day too. So, I'm streaming from outside at the pool. Um, so I'm on wireless, so I hope the stream is going to be smooth enough to look okay. The server is open, so feel free to just hop on and join if there's an opening. And so the hunt starts. I'm not in my normal chair either, so I'm kind of feel a little weird here on this chair outside. Maybe I should drop it down just a little. I don't have my normal. It's like being on a boat. This chair. It's like I'm like, oh. So I have to kind of like sit straight up. It's slightly uncomfortable, but not certainly not unbearable. I will try to do my best. But yeah, feel free to come on if you have the game. I think I heard a Rex footprint. I heard something off in the distance. So you're probably going to hear some background noise where, you know, the highway is behind me on the other side of the house and the kids are carrying on in the other direction, so. Right now it's fairly quiet, but it can get pretty loud because all the noise bounces off these brick buildings here. You got the brick behind me here, and then there's another kind of garage that's made of cinder blocks, so that, you know, all the sound bounces this way. So I'll probably play this for about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I'm probably going to get on some more Skyrim. I know everybody's loves me probably playing that game, right? Yep. I think Devon's going to be killing everything on me. That's why I wish they had fast travel in this game. Even if it was like, you know, like say a 30-minute cooldown or something, you know, or hour cooldown. You know, that way if it's like dead in this area, you know, you can kind of say, hey, I want to go check out Arthur's or I want to go check out Madame's. Ha 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 ha. It's okay. Yeah, I didn't mean anything by it, Devin. Just was stating a fact, that's all. You're in the perfect spot there. That's a good area. That's where I used to kind of hang out in that hole. Then you can get wrecks from like every direction. Through the grass. baby. This chair is really hard. It's not really my comfy chair. Not my comfy chair. Oh. I thought there was two. I don't have any I don't have any extra arrows. Sounds good. Hey, miracle worker. You got McDonald's today, huh? On the move, look at that. Shot it while it was moving. Hey, Dark Dragon. I could have had a salad, yeah. You probably could have had a salad. Yeah, that McDonald's food, man. Whew. We were the fast food generation. Today, I think we're the processed food generation. But there are a lot of, I guess you could say, much more healthy choices out there. I don't hear anything. Oh yeah. Let's get it. What? Yeah, you guys can have one of those popsicles. Open it up carefully, Shekinah. Yeah, get it. Where are they? Are they upstairs? Mommy said don't turn the light on. Oh, nice one. Good job. Good job, good job. She was a big one, huh? What do we do? Both get a heart shot? Nice. Teamwork, teamwork. She was big too, wasn't she? Yeah, give him to me. Bring him out. Tell Shekinah to get him. Huh? Hmm. Hold on, just hold on to it. Don't put it up here. Alright, shh. Yeah, you're gonna get crushed back there. What color do you want? You want red, yellow, green, or blue? Come on. No, I'm not getting... It's the same thing, Ian. Come on, you're gonna get me killed. Here, put that away when you're done. Grab one. Alright, bye. Go. See ya. Go. Come on. I got a Rex here. You're gonna get me killed. Yeah, well, if you keep your mouth closed, so I can hear what's going on. Where is he? Shh. Yeah, there he is. I go on flicker. funny, like the stance from way that distance. Yeah, he did the bite. Got him. Got it. Yeah, that's Devin. Yeah. Okay, I don't want that on my desk, I said. I don't want any food on here. Except for what I put on here. Okay, well there's a table right there. That's why we have that. And that's one of the reasons I don't want you over here eating. Pick it up and throw it out. I don't want it there. Put it over the fence. Shh. What? No, it's too far. Not today. I hear Utah. Shh. Ian. Oh God. Cool. Alright guys, go ahead. Go play now. I know. Go ahead. Please. Hey Hagadu, what's up? No, I'm not really annoyed. It's just I can't hear very well. I have bad hearing, so when there's a lot of noise, it's like I can't hear the game. Guys, I said please go play. Come on, go. You can watch it. I'm streaming it, so you can watch it later if you want to watch it. Yeah, as long as you're not too loud. Yeah, it's in there. I told you the pizza's in there. Well, you know, when you have 3 kids, you can't really, you really don't have a break from life. You do the best you can, you know. I know that some people on this, online, they don't like me because of my unconventional situation, I guess, you know. They want to see YouTubers who are like, stars, you know, not normal people like me. I'm just a I'm just a regular person, man, trying to make heads and tails of life, you know. And if anybody wants to join me, I'm always welcome. Yeah. Mookie, he's still around. 30 kids, yeah. Well, my mom is from a family of 10, I believe. And my wife is from a family of 9, I believe. So, yeah, it's not easy raising that many kids today. I would say 3 is the limit. I mean, once you get past 3, it's really like difficult. Although I'm not saying impossible. But back in the day, you got to remember, a lot of people owned farms and, or at least worked on farms if they were sharecropper. What do they call them things? People things. Um, what do they call it? Sharecroppers? I got a mental block. You know what I'm talking about. Where they kind of like work on the farm, and they can live there. They got to run the farm. They got to, you know, sell everything and then give the owner his cut, and then they keep their little cut. But it's kind of like an exchange for, place to stay. You have some place to live. So, having a lot of kids, it was sensible because, you can use the kids to work on the farm. So it was you know, very practical. Better ways to preoccupy them? That's debatable depending on what angle you're looking from. Would you would you would you say? Well, you're using the word better, so that's why. So that's kind of a loaded word. you know, there's definitely more ways to waste time. You know, I'm kind of I like nature. I like the outdoors. So for me, under the ideal circumstances, I would be out hiking or mountain climbing or bike riding or going to the beach. That kind of thing. To me, that's how I think kids should be preoccupied, not doing this. What I'm doing. You know. I mean, it is true that we can preoccupy ourselves with many things nowadays, but you know, it takes its toll mentally, physically. There's a reason why you tend to. Can you please go? I told you I don't want you over here right now. I love you, boy. You know that, but I want you to go play. You have a whole big yard back there. Have fun while it's warm. We hear a lot of negativity about the old days, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing new. I mean, I heard it when I was a kid. My parents told me they heard it when they were kids. So it's like the same rhetoric regurgitated every time a new generation comes around. Oh, that's so old-fashioned. Oh, blah. It's it's more. We're in modern times now. I mean, they were saying that when my parents were kids, and they're like, you know, near 80s. So that's just all nonsense. If you look at our physiology, now I'm going to get philosophical now. What are we made for? Are we really made to sit here at a desk slapping on keys on a computer? I mean, let's be honest. I understand we can choose to do whatever we feel like doing, and I have no problem with that. That's why I am fighting for my country here, because this is America the free, not the America the canceled, you know. So, but you can't ignore the facts, Facts are facts. They don't change, you know. We're made to be physical. That's what we're made to do. We're very agile creatures. We may not be super fast like a cheetah, but we're all around like the perfect being, you know, because we can do more things than pretty much any other animal, you know. If you wanted to like tally up what animals can do versus all the different things mankind can do, or people, you know. That's why, I'm telling the kids just go play, have fun, enjoy the outside, enjoy the warm weather. You know, they want to be inside watching TV programs, and I'm like, well, you can do that anytime. you know, the TV programs are not going anywhere. You know, but summer only lasts 3 months. You know, and then they're going to be stuck inside all winter. So that's just how I look at things. That's why I don't mind like games like this where you're walking around a lot, although I don't really want to be walking around this much. I'm kind of talking here. Because I can appreciate, you know, beauty, raw beauty, like I don't go through life like, even though I could if I wanted to, but I try not to go through life like nitpicking all the negative things that are around me, you know? I mean, imagine that's just what we've kind of society has become today, and that's because of the media. Obviously, they're the ones at fault because they all that's all they talk about anymore, and half of it's not even true, what they say, but they're always like talking about the negative stuff, negative stuff, negative stuff. It's like, well, what about all the good things that happen in America? Every minute there's something good that's happening in America. A life has been saved, or a person has been fed, or someone, you know, had a house help, to be repaired or built by people that came together and said, we're going to help you. All these things go on all the time, all these good things. And this is why people only have negative in their mind, because that's all they ever see. They see it in the media, they see it in the video games. And yes, I'm going to pick on video games, because most video games involve killing. I mean, I would say 75, if not more, percent of video games involve killing. Even the kids' games. you're killing something. It's like, we teach our kids, not to be violent, and yet, every game that I play with them, it involves killing somebody. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I used to love going out in the winter, especially with no jacket because it was hot. Oh, okay, yeah, that's because you live in a warmer area, I guess, Miracle. I forget where you said you lived, if you even said it. Oop, 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 oop. I got him. I'm just weird. Yeah. I've been to California. I still have relatives in California. I just haven't been there in quite a while now. Can you guys please do what I said? Come on. Go ahead. I didn't. Who said you guys can get more? No more. 2 each is enough. Kinda. You know better than that. Okay, the server's glitching out. That lightning is blinding. Alright, Devin. It was fun hunting with you while it lasted. Yeah, time doesn't stand still. Not for anyone. Not for anyone. Alright, Devon. Take it easy, man. Yeah, if anybody can find Yeah. Come back here. Don't go rolling there. Whoa. Did you get your sleeping bags? Huh? Yeah, the door's unlocked. Just don't turn the light on. They're on the floor. Just use the flashlight. Don't shine it up in the air though. Keep it shining on the floor. I was thinking about dropping a Primal. But then Devon had to get off, unfortunately. Alright, it better not start raining. I'll be very upset. It is a lot of work to bring all my stuff out here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see here, because it's not in real time, but I'm out by the pool area. It's kind of dark now. Probably would have been better to show you earlier, but I don't know if I don't know if my camera's right. I don't know if I even was on the pool, was I? Was I on the concrete instead? I can't see out of that little camera. Alright, I told you I do not want you on the pool area. Now get out of here. Go get the sleeping bags if you want to get them. Just be quiet if you do so. Well, the plan was for everyone to go night swimming. But it's a little cool. Like the past couple days have been a lot cooler. So, you know, during the day it's okay when the sun is shining, but you know, when the sun goes down, you know, the air is a little cooler. Even though the pool is 85 degrees, I mean, it's warm. Like I would have no problem swimming in it. But the kids, you know, I guess they get chilly. So they don't want to go swimming. I'll trike. See if we can make a little noise so we can get some T-Rex over here. Junk. It's 2 in the morning. Wow, it's pretty bright. Although I see in the stream it's not as bright. Yeah, I think this game would have been really nice if they made it so that every time you start a server, it was procedurally generated, the island, so that it was different each time you went on there. That would have been a better way to go, I think. But personally, I think that, you know, at least from my experience and observation, Expansive Worlds and Avalanche Studios are kind of lazy. Like, in the sense that all they want to do is like make a gigantic world, right? Or just one big gigantic map, and then just put things in it. Like, you know, I don't think that their games have the, you know, first of all, their games are buggy a lot of times, and they don't have the best AI all the time. Or at least if they do have AI, it's kind of lazy. I think Generation Zero, at least, you know, in my opinion, there could be other games that, you know, obviously you guys can bring up. Generation Zero with the robots is probably the best one next to Rage 2. Like, Rage 2 was okay. I mean, I have a lot of fun in that game. But most of the time, you know, the AI is kind of generic. Like this, you know, you kind of always know how the dinosaurs are going to act in here. The most difficult part of this game is really just getting used to the weapons and the movement. I mean, that's pretty much it. But yeah, this game definitely would have been awesome if they had, you know, procedurally generated maps, you know, so that, you know, it really made it difficult for you to kind of adapt and know what to expect each time you got on as far as terrain goes and whatnot. Because, you know, I do pretty well at this game because I know pretty much where to fight from. Like, I know where the cover is, I know how the cover works, how the terrain works, You know, of course I make mistakes once in a while, but you know, after 2,000 hours, Raft? Is that an Expansive Worlds game? Okay, here's a Rex. Yeah, I don't think I played Raft. I don't think it was. I don't think it was my kind of game. But I would have to look at it again. See, like right here. This is a spot right here where the Rex has a hard time. Where's my gun? Has a hard time. You know, getting to people. So this is actually the perfect spot here. Like he knows I'm here. Or she. I build my own PCs. All my computers are self-made. But I have a Core i9 9900K for the processor, Intel. I have an RTX 2080 Ti, Republic of Gamers video card, and I believe I have a ROG motherboard as well. It's like a performance board. See, the Rex there, he's just looking at me. He can't come here. See, watch, I'll go up here. Let's see. He'll make me into a liar now. He didn't know where I was, but see, look, as soon as I move back here, he turns around. He's gonna try to get to me somehow, looking for a path. Watch, if I go here, then it'll come closer. He's a little angry. Well, it depends on what kind of PC you want. If you want a high-end system like mine, see, they don't like these like steep slopes for some reason. But I mean, if you were to buy a PC today, you can get a, even though I'm not a Ryzen fan, but you could buy a what, 12 cord Ryzen for what is it, $500? And then if you want the top video card, which is in 2080 Ti, you know, you're gonna pay about $1,000. For the top video card. Wow. Interesting. I'll have to check out that game, Raph. Can't have me for dinner. I only taste good to humans. Alright, this guy. I think it's time for him to die. I would say you could probably build a decent PC, like a top-end decent PC for like $2,000. Although I don't know what the going prices are. You know, the processor video card that I would buy would be $1,500 right there. So then you probably pay $200 for a, you know, a 1 gig SSD. And then, you know, another $100 for a case, $200 for motherboard, and $100 for the Windows. So I would say about, you could probably do it for about $2,000. And that would give you a really nice, fast PC. Well, this guy don't want to die, huh? He's really angry. This thing gonna die or what? You had a sporadic moment. Come on. 'Cause 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 ' like the tongue. When it puts out its tongue. See if he'll do it again. He's about to die. Okay, it's running away now. You guys be careful now. Jay, you cannot stand up in the pool. In the boat. You can't stand up in the boat. Alright, where did that thing die now? Is it still alive? Guys, you cannot do that. You're gonna break the boat. What's up, Nordic? So yeah, you do all you like doing a lot of like simulation games, I guess? Is that why you have your 3 monitors? Racing games and whatnot? I have a racing wheel. I've been wanting to play some racing games, but I don't know, it's like a pain in the neck sometimes with some of the games because you would think you just plug in the wheel and it works. That's how I thought it worked. Because, you know, I was pretty ignorant about the hardware and stuff. Because, you know, when I used to play racing games in the arcade, that was it. You know, or with a joystick way back in the day. So I didn't realize that there wasn't like a standard, you know. Uh-oh, there's another Rex. There it is right there. Oh boy. Air boy. Yeah, it's not really that hard to build at your own PC. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. It's just a matter of like, you know, just handling everything with care when you're putting it together, that's all. Because it is electronic stuff and it is, you know, small stuff per se, you know, like where'd this guy go? Yeah, what is up with this flicker, man? pain in the neck. Ugh, why did I drop that stuff right here? Okay, picking this up. That's... He's like in the woods there somewhere. Oh, there it is. Ah, shoot. Female. Doesn't know where I am. Got her. Wow. Phew. Thank you, tree. Yeah, it's definitely rewarding building your own PC. I mean, it's nice to be able to buy one, you know, but, you know, they can get pretty expensive when you get someone else to build it. That's for sure. But it depends on the market, you know. Sometimes parts are cheap, sometimes they're not. So it kind of all depends on when you decide to build. When I bought everything I needed, some stuff was cheaper in price, and then like some stuff wasn't, you know, like my processor. Although I bought my processor brand new and it came in a retail box, so I ended up getting a good deal. I saved like you know, I bought my processor for 505 and it was just supposed to be an OEM, but then Intel took a long time to deliver, so the company I bought the processor from, everybody who pre-ordered, you know, in the beginning, instead of getting an OEM processor, we got the retail. So, you know, and you know, I got a pretty good, I think a pretty good lot too, because I was easily able to clock mine up to 5 gigahertz with no problem. Now, I did clock it down a little bit just because of the amount of time that I use it. So um, I think I have it down to four. I don't know what it's at right now. 4.7, 4.9. I don't know, something like that. And it's more than sufficient. You know, I don't have any problems. And I use it all-in-one cooler, so for the processor. I won't build a computer anymore with a fan, with a radiator fan or whatever you call it, just the old-fashioned kind. I know Ryzen, they like to ship it with the fan or whatever, or the heat sink or whatever you call it. So I don't know. I don't particularly like them anymore. I like running my processor as cool as possible. And so far, it's worked out for me. I haven't really had any processors except for I think one, and I've built dozens of computers over the year. You know, several dozen computers over the years. And you run them nice and cool, they last forever. So to me, it's worth investing the $100 in a all-in-one cooler, or 150 bucks. People always cry and whine, oh, Intel, you always got to buy a cooler. Well, I mean, if the thing will last you forever, you know. If I can, I always like going a little above and beyond. Because if I'm going to put out that much money, if I'm going to spend $2,000, $3,000 to build a computer, which I don't have, I'm not rich. I usually use a tax return, money to do it. I'm going to make sure that I'm buying, good quality parts, keep my stuff cool, have a nice case. Ooh, what happened? Uh-oh. I timed out. Now I don't know if I timed out or if the server cut off. Let me see here. I think the server cut off. Yeah, I don't see it showing up anymore. All right, well, I guess I'll call it then. Part picker? Yeah, I go to Micro Center. I buy from Micro Center, Newegg, and what's the other place called? Oh man, can't think of the other place. There's another online tech. Um, it's more like it's not really like um, part picker or Newegg. It's more of a I don't want to say commercial because I don't think it's a commercial hardware site, but it has that feel to it. Like it's more where businesses would buy from. You know, and that might be predominantly their business. I don't know, but anybody can go on there and buy it. If I can remember it later, I'll bring it up again later. No, I know it finds stuff for you. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I've checked it out before. But it gives you recommendations of where you can buy from, doesn't it? I believe. Yeah, I pretty much just mainly, you know, I just buy the best now if I can. I mean, that's my goal now. Like this computer that I have right now is my very first high-end system that I was ever able to build. So, um, you know, I would show you, but I'm on OBS. I can't show you the specs. Um, but yeah, I was never able to build like a high-end system before. I always had to kind of go with like a, an okay mid-range, you know. But and everybody gave me kind of a hard time about the RTX 2080 Ti, how expensive it was. Online, I always gotten little debates with people, and I'm like going, well, I can play any game at max settings in ultra, you know, 1080p, 1440p. You're playing at well over 144 frames per second on pretty much any game. Um, and even at 4K, most of the games that I play, um, I'm over 60 frames per second in 4K, And in some games, um, I'm like near the 100 frames per second mark at 4K. So, I mean, that's pretty darn good. Very good. So, for me, that's a great investment. And this card is not going to go, it's not going to get old anytime soon, you know? So, I mean, this will be a good card for the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, I'm sure. Um, because even if games become more advanced, whatever, I'll just turn it down to 1440, you know, instead of 4K, and it'll still run fast. Um, so right now I wouldn't buy a video card if I were you. I would wait because Nvidia is going to be bringing out their new card sometime later this year. And then of course you always hear the never-ending rumors of, AMD bringing out their, RTX killer, so to speak, you know. So I would be really surprised if AMD brought out a video card that was going to beat anything Nvidia had, but at least at the top end. But we'll see. Every time I bought AMD cards, they either ran hot or the drivers sucked or the cards died on me. I mean, that's just have always been my experience with the AMD cards. So I know that's why I really stopped buying them after the 9700 series, which of course I don't think AMD owned them at that time. That was ATI. Oh yeah, I buy from a site called G2A.com. I don't know if you ever use that place or not. I should check on there to see if they have any keys, because I should get like one more copy, because for my other computer. That way I'll have three. So, all right. Well, I was gonna play some more. I mean, I guess I could play, but I, no one will be able to join, because the server's in the house. But all right. Well, I think I'm gonna get off. I guess I'm gonna go play some Skyrim in a little bit. I'll probably get a little snack and then be back on, and I don't know, by 10 or so. 3 dual link DVI ports. Oh wow. No, it's not even 10 yet. 3 dual link DVI ports. Wow. Well, you could probably still buy, what do they call those, low profile cards? Some of those have like some of those have extra ports. Although I think they're kind of phasing out DVI, right? Did you ever try using a DVI to uh I hate my brain. Um have been having a migraine all day today, so this always messes up my memory. Um Boy, I can't think of it. A DVI to not HDMI port. Um what's the other port called? Well, you can buy adapters. Yeah, DisplayPort, that's it. Phew. My God. Yeah, the DisplayPort. You can't use like an adapter because a lot of the video cards now have like several display ports, like 3 display ports on them. And then like some of them have like 3 display ports and like 2 HDMI ports. Oh, really? Hmm. That's interesting. Hmm. That's interesting. Now, why is that? Because it can't put like multiple signals over one line or something? I never set up multi-monitor, so I don't know how it works really. I just thought that you stuck each monitor in each port, but it doesn't. And then let the either the Windows or the NVIDIA or whatever software you manage, how the picture goes on each monitor. Yeah, that's kind of the bummer. Like I think monitors to me are like the elephant in the room. I mean, at least for me, because all right, you're getting too loud, guys. Because swapping out computer parts is pretty easy, but when you can invest you know several hundred, if not you know $500 into a nice monitor, and then you know the monitor breaks or it gets old or the ports are not useful anymore. So like I use my 4K television for most of my gaming. I could have bought a 4K monitor, but you know I needed something that was like 50 inches. So there's no way that I was able to. I wasn't gonna pay like you know I don't even know if they make 50-inch monitors, but I know that the 40-inch ones were like $1,000, $1,200, or more. So I was it was either buy a 4K TV for like 400 or 350, or 1,200 for a 4K monitor, and I'm like, well, I'll stick with this, 120 hertz or whatever it is, and deal with the, I guess lack of refresh rate. I can still play in 4K and still play at fast enough frame rates, so I'm happy. All right, well, I'm gonna go. Um, so I'll be back in a little bit. Peace, everybody. Anyway, good night, everyone. Be safe.